Ladies, how to nudge a commitment phobic man into a long-term relationship, specifically marriage. Part 3 of 4. So, meeting number 1. Set aside time, roughly 4 to 8 hours, to ask and answer the questions inside my book. Ask and then really listen. Let him do all the talking. You want to know where his head is and ultimately his heart. After this meeting, you're going to disappear. All calls, texts, and messages will go unanswered for 12 to 24 hours, per se. No more, no less. You can communicate that you're all right and busy, but thinking about all of his answers. Remember, you now have the advantage, what I've coined as ADD in one of my books. BS the book, your personal guide on cutting through BS in your life. ADD, avoid, dodge, and delay. Expect communication from him immediately. Hopefully, he senses the contrast of spending all those wonderful moments with you up against his newfound loneliness without you. Your goal? To get him to appreciate what's missing in his life. You. How long must you be absent? As long as it takes, within reason, of course. Meeting number 2. A short time later, perhaps even a month, no longer. Have meeting number 2 to discuss his feelings again. You, her. So, how have you been these last few weeks? We haven't spoken much. Although I've stayed in touch by texting, I've missed you a lot. Him. I know. Me too. I've missed you too. There were nights we didn't talk when we used to. And I missed that a lot. I think I know what you're up to. I read Bart's book. Yeah, that's a plug for my book. Okay, never mind. Okay. But the point is she's given him time by himself to just kind of ponder and noodle, kind of stew over, what it's like to not have her in his life. The old saying, you don't know what you got until it's gone. Well, what she's doing is she's play acting as if she could be gone. And he's getting a taste of that without her leaving yet. So she might come back with, oh, you have missed me? Oh. And he might say, Bart's right. I miss you. And I see the future where you're not in it. Sure, I could find another gal, but the work to do that and the loss of our memories together, all those activities, the trips, the traveling, the moments, that's a lot. I've invested my time, my resources, my everything, my attention. Seeing this new gal trying to forget about you, I'd be a fool to let you go at this point. So, her name, I'm ready. Hold my hand. Her name. So, I think I know where this is going. I'm ready. And he thinks about or talks about holding her hand. I've thought about it. And while I might be a little scared, I know with you by my side, you can help pull me through this first giant step for us. Yeah. Will you marry me? I promise to love you for the rest of your life. If you promise to do the same and never leave my side. And she responds with, yes, I will. Marry you, that is. Not leave you. Just a little humor there. And step number 7, ladies, when it gets down to the wire, just as I've kind of described. Number 7, you need to ask for the sale. Time to close or walk right out. If you don't ask for what you want, you'll never get it. Or at least you'll never know if you could have had it. They say if you don't at least attempt or try, well, there's 100% guaranteed that you'll never get whatever it is that you're after. But if you try, just try, 50%, yes or no, win or loss, at least you tried. So number 7, you got to ask for the sale. It's time to close. No more dilly-dallying, no more wasting time, no more stalling. It's time to close or walk right out. So I kind of backtrack a little bit. Did you get married? Did he ask you? Did he propose? Did you say yes? Did you get married? You'd think after a meeting or two, as prescribed in step number 6, you'd put a little pressure on him to act. What if he doesn't? What if you get close and he wants more time? Yes, honey, I think I need more time. Okay, you can give it to him. The thing is, though, you're already seeing the writing on the wall. You've read my book. You know the history of most men. And likewise, men know the history of women. Oh, it's complicated. Wow. The truth is, you've read my book. You know the history of men. You know how they behave. So if he hasn't thought about coming to you already, even after giving him some time and to think about things about his loss, it might be up to you to save what you've built with him and lay it on the line, such as, speaking to him, hey, when you're free, I'd like to meet with you in person to talk about our future together. Uh-oh. He knows what's coming, right? You bet. So, you set a time, you set a date where you two can be alone to discuss your future. You've already gone over the questions. You've given him time and space to think about a future with you or his loss. It comes down to these questions. Are you ready? Ladies, ask this question. And these are specific, word for word. What's stopping you from marrying me, honey? Well, you can say it differently, but honey, what's stopping you from marrying me? I need to know specifically. I want details. No vague answers. I've spent too much time with you, and my future is on the line. Another question. How much more time do you need? Because I don't have much time left. I've already been with you for X years, and it's time we do this right. I want to be your wife, not your girlfriend. I want a husband, not a Friday night friend or a weekend getaway buddy. In fact, I've been seeing this a lot online, social media, where ladies, women, specifically in their late 20s or 30s and even their 40s, they are saying, quote, I don't want a boyfriend. I'm done with the boyfriend relationship. I want a husband. I want to be married. I've seen it. I've heard it. Maybe you have too. That's why all of these questions, all of this relationship knowledge and information inside Find the One for Me is so important and vital for every one of us to take in. I personally, I'm glad I wrote this book. I wrote this book for me. I wrote this book for my gal so that we could be on the same page. We got the questions to ask each other. We're, going to try to avoid the statistics. We don't want to become a statistic, and neither do you. Hence, I love this book. This book is the Bible of our love lives from 18 to 88. It helps us through and through. Yeah, I love this book. Okay, so the question was, how much more time do you need? Because I don't have much time left, as you would say to him. I've been with you for X years. It's time we do this right. I want to be your wife, not your girlfriend. I want a husband, not a Friday night friend or a weekend getaway or a nighttime lover. No, I want a husband. I want to be a wife. These are closing questions. We're closing the sale here, telling the customer, telling the other party what you want. You got to ask for it or you're never going to get it. And then one more question. Is there someone else who's caught your eye or interest? Because I need to know what's keeping you from being mine full time. I'm going to repeat that. Is there someone else who's caught your eye or interest? Because I need to know what's keeping you from being mine full time. That's what the lady says to the guy. While I don't have someone on the outside waiting for me to leave this relationship and go to, it wouldn't be hard for me to find someone new if this doesn't work out and I chose to leave you. And to the gentlemen out there and to the ladies, guys, it's way easier for a lady to find another man faster than it is for a man to replace her and find another gal. It can be done. We know it can be done. But the truth is, women, in fact, the statistics are, there are more women in relationships than men because it's kind of easier for women to get into relationships. There's always a man that wants a woman in his life. So those are just the stats.